Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, a native English speaker from California, and I've been a career coach for over 8 years, helping professionals land their dream jobs.
And I'm Johnny from London. I work as a recruitment consultant and I review hundreds of LinkedIn profiles every single week. Welcome to Native Speakers.
Let's make your English fluent and your career brilliant. Section 1. The profile picture. Okay, so the very first thing people see is your profile picture. Johnny, you look at profiles all day long. What's your honest reaction when you see a bad photo?
It's brutal, but I'll be honest, if someone has a blurry photo, a cropped group photo, or worse, a selfie from their holiday at the beach, I immediately question their professionalism. And I hate to say it, but sometimes I just move on to the next candidate.
Right. And this isn't about being superficial. It's about showing that you understand professional standards. Let me paint you a picture of what works. Imagine a clean, simple background, maybe a solid color or a slightly blurred office setting.
Yes, and the photo should be recent, taken within the last year or two. You're wearing professional attire. It doesn't have to be a full suit necessarily, but definitely business casual at minimum. Smart shirt, blazer, if appropriate for your industry.
And here's something people often mess up, the expression. You want to look approachable and confident, not stiff or overly serious. A genuine, warm smile works wonders.
Can I add something really specific here? The photo should show your head and shoulders clearly. I see so many profiles where the person is tiny in the frame or cut off weirdly, where the photo is taken from too far away. Your face should take up about 60% of the frame.
That's such a good point. And one more thing, make sure the lighting is good. Natural light is best, but if you can't get that, make sure you're well lit from the front, not backlit where you look like a silhouette.
I once saw a profile where the person was literally just a shadow. I couldn't see their face at all.
Section 2. The headline. All right, let's move to something that I think is even more important than the photo, your headline. This is the text that appears right under your name, and it's absolutely crucial.
Oh, this is where I see the biggest mistakes. Sarah, what's the worst headline you've ever seen?
Groans. Unemployed. Just that one word. I wish I were joking.
No way. That's actually heartbreaking. Okay, so let's talk about what the headline should be. First of all, you have 220 characters to work with. That's not much, but it's enough to be strategic.
Here's the key insight. Your headline shouldn't just state what you are, it should communicate the value you provide. So instead of marketing manager, think about saying something like marketing manager, helping tech startups scale through data-driven digital campaigns.
Perfect example. See the difference? The first version just states a job title. The second version tells me what industry you work in, what you help companies achieve, and hints at your methodology. It's compelling.
And you can get even more specific. Let's say you're a software developer. Instead of software developer, you could write full stack developer, building scalable web applications with React and Node.js, passionate about clean code.
I love that. You're showing your technical skills, your specialization, and even giving a glimpse of your work philosophy. That's the kind of headline that makes me click on someone's profile to learn more.
Now, here's a question I get all the time. What if I'm a student or a recent graduate with no experience? Johnny, you work with fresh talent. What would you recommend?
Great question. For students, focus on what you're studying, what you're passionate about, and what you're looking for. Something like computer science student at MIT, aspiring machine learning engineer, seeking summer 2026 internship opportunities.
That's brilliant because it shows ambition, it shows where you are in your journey, and it clearly states what you want. Recruiters who are looking for interns will immediately know you're a potential candidate.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip for everyone. Use keywords that recruiters actually search for. If you're in digital marketing, terms like SEO, content strategy, social media marketing, and Google Analytics are searchable terms.
Yes, LinkedIn works like a search engine. When recruiters look for candidates, they type in specific skills and job titles. If those words aren't in your headline or profile, you won't show up in their search results. Section 3, the About section.
Okay, let's talk about the About section, what some people still call the summary. Sarah, this is where I think people either shine or completely lose the recruiter's interest.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, you have 2,600 characters for this section. That's a lot of space, but you need to use it wisely. The first 2 or 3 lines are critical because that's what people see before they have to click See More.
Right, so that opening needs to hook them immediately. Don't start with, I am a dedicated professional with excellent communication skills. That's generic and boring.
Oh my goodness, yes. I see that on probably half the profiles I review. Instead, start with something compelling. Maybe a brief story, a powerful statement about what drives you, or a specific achievement.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Instead of I am a dedicated marketing professional, try something like 3 years ago, I helped a struggling startup increase its online revenue by 340% in just 6 months. That's when I realized the true power of strategic digital marketing, and I've been obsessed with it ever since.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. You've immediately captured attention with a specific result, you've shown impact, and you've revealed your passion. I would definitely keep reading.
Thank you. And then after that hook, you want to tell your professional story. But here's the critical part. Write it in first person and make it conversational. This isn't a formal resume. It's more like you're sitting down with someone and telling them about your career journey.
Yes, I always tell people, imagine you're at a networking event and someone asks you, so what do you do? Your About section should sound like your answer to that question, natural, engaging, and authentic.
Perfect analogy, and structure it well. Start with your hook, then explain what you do currently, mention some key achievements with specific numbers if possible, talk about your skills and expertise, and then explain what you're looking for or what drives you professionally.
And please, please use paragraph breaks. I see these giant walls of text that are just impossible to read. Break it up into short paragraphs. Maybe use bullet points for your key skills or achievements.
Great point. White space is your friend. It makes the content much more scannable. And here's something else. Use keywords naturally throughout this section. Remember, LinkedIn's algorithm and recruiters are searching for specific terms.
Exactly. If you're a graphic designer, terms like Adobe Creative Suite, brand identity, visual communication, and UI/UX design should appear organically in your About section.
Section 4, the Experience section. Now, let's talk about the Experience section, Johnny. This is basically the heart of your profile, right?
Absolutely. This is where you prove everything you claimed in your headline and About section. And here's what frustrates me. People just copy and paste their resume job descriptions. That's such a wasted opportunity.
Yes, LinkedIn is not a static document like a resume. It's a dynamic platform where you can tell the story of your career in a much more engaging way. For each position, you want to paint a picture of what you did and, more importantly, the impact you made.
Let me give you a framework that works really well. For each role, start with a brief overview, 1 or 2 sentences about what the company does and what your role was, then use bullet points to highlight your key achievements.
And this is crucial. Use the CAR method. Challenge, action, result. Don't just list duties, tell mini stories. For example, instead of responsible for managing social media accounts, say something like, identified that our Instagram engagement was 50% below industry standards, developed and implemented a content strategy focused on user-generated content and behind-the-scenes stories. Result: increased engagement by 180% and grew followers from 5,000 to 23,000 in 6 months.
Perfect. See how much more compelling that is? You're showing problem-solving skills, initiative, strategic thinking, and tangible results. That's what recruiters want to see.
And always, always use numbers when you can. Percentages, dollar amounts, time frames, team sizes, quantifiable achievements are so much more impressive than vague statements.
Absolutely. Increased sales is weak. Increased sales by 47% year over year, generating an additional $2.3 million in revenue, is powerful.
Now, what about people who are currently students or have limited work experience?
Great question. Include everything relevant: internships, part-time jobs, volunteer work, significant university projects, and leadership roles in student organizations.
Treat each one professionally, just like you would a full-time position.
And for students, you can even include relevant coursework or academic projects. If you built something impressive for a class project, write about it. Describe what you built, what technologies you used, what problems you solved, and what you learned.
Section 5. Skills and endorsements. Let's talk about the skills section. Sarah, I know some people think this is just a throwaway section, but I use it all the time when searching for candidates.
It's absolutely critical. You can add up to 50 skills to your profile, and you should aim to have at least 20 to 30 relevant ones. But here's the strategic part. The top 3 skills appear prominently on your profile, so choose them carefully.
Right, and those top skills should be the ones most relevant to your target job. You can reorder them by going into edit mode. Make sure your most important, most marketable skills are in those top 3 positions.
And here's something people don't realize. When you add skills to your profile, you're making yourself searchable for those terms. If a recruiter searches for Python developer and you have Python as a skill, you're more likely to appear in their search results.
Exactly. So be comprehensive but relevant. Include hard skills like specific software, programming languages, and methodologies, but also include soft skills like strategic planning, team leadership, and stakeholder management.
And don't be shy about asking colleagues, former managers, or clients to endorse your skills. Endorsements add credibility. If 20 people have endorsed you for project management, that's much more convincing than if you just list it without any validation.
Section 6. Recommendations. Speaking of validation, let's talk about recommendations. These are like gold on LinkedIn. Sarah, how important are recommendations from your perspective?
Incredibly important. Think about it. When you're considering hiring someone, what's more convincing? Them telling you they're great or someone else vouching for their abilities?
Exactly. Recommendations are like testimonials. They provide social proof. And here's what I look for when I read them: specific examples, genuine enthusiasm, and details about the person's skills and work ethic.
Yes, a good recommendation isn't just, Sarah is great to work with. It's more like, I worked with Sarah on a critical product launch that was behind schedule. She took charge of the situation, reorganized the team's workflow, and somehow we not only met the deadline, but delivered ahead of schedule. Her leadership and problem-solving skills are exceptional.
Perfect example. That tells a story, gives context, and highlights specific qualities. That's the kind of recommendation that makes me think, I need this person on my team.
Now, here's the question. How do you get recommendations? Don't be afraid to ask. Reach out to former managers, colleagues you've worked closely with, and clients you've helped. Send them a polite message asking if they'd be willing to write a brief recommendation.
And here's a pro tip. Offer to write one for them first. It's a nice gesture, and it often encourages reciprocation. Plus, when you write recommendations for others, you're building goodwill and strengthening your professional network.
Absolutely. Aim for at least 3 to 5 recommendations, ideally from different roles or projects. This shows that multiple people in different contexts have had positive experiences working with you.
All right, let's quickly cover some additional sections that can really make your profile stand out. Sarah, what about certifications and licenses?
Super important, especially in fields where credentials matter. If you have professional certifications, whether it's a PMP, Google Analytics certification, AWS certification, whatever, absolutely add them. Include the issuing organization and the date you received it.
Yes, and if there's a credential ID or verification link, add that too. It adds legitimacy. I also love when people add their education properly, not just the degree, but activities, societies, and relevant coursework for recent graduates.
Oh, and the volunteer experience section. This is so underutilized. If you've done meaningful volunteer work, especially if it's relevant to your career or demonstrates leadership and compassion, include it.
Great point. It shows you're a well-rounded person. And the publication section, if you've written articles, blog posts, research papers, absolutely showcase them. It positions you as a thought leader.
Same with projects. If you've worked on something impressive, maybe an app you built, a campaign you led, a website you designed, create a project entry, add media like screenshots or links, and describe what you did.
Okay, so you've created this amazing profile. Now what? Sarah, let's talk about keeping it active and optimized.
Great topic. First thing, your LinkedIn URL. By default, it's a mess of random numbers. Go into settings and customize it to something clean, like linkedin.com/in/yourname. This looks professional and is much easier to share.
Yes, and use that custom URL everywhere, on your resume, email signature, business cards, everywhere. Make it easy for people to find you.
Now, here's something crucial that people forget. LinkedIn rewards activity. If you're just creating a profile and then never logging in, you're missing enormous opportunities. Share relevant articles, comment on posts, and write your own posts occasionally.
Absolutely. When you engage with content, you stay visible in your network. When you share insights or articles related to your field, you're positioning yourself as knowledgeable and engaged in your industry.
And connection strategy matters. Don't just connect randomly with everyone. Be strategic. Connect with people in your industry, alumni from your school, colleagues, and people you meet at events. When you send connection requests, especially to people you don't know well, always include a personalized message.
Oh, that personalized message is so important. Instead of just clicking connect, write something like, "Hi, John, I really enjoyed your article about sustainable marketing practices. I'm also passionate about this area and would love to connect." That's so much better than a blank connection request.
Exactly. And here's another tip. Join relevant LinkedIn groups. Participate in discussions, share your expertise, and ask questions. It's a great way to expand your network and establish yourself as someone engaged in your field.
Sarah, we've covered what to do. Let's quickly run through the biggest mistakes people make, things that make me immediately lose interest in a profile.
Ooh, good idea. Okay, number 1, spelling and grammar errors. Your profile is in English, and if it's full of typos and grammatical mistakes, it suggests carelessness. Always proofread, maybe even ask a friend to review it.
Yes. Number 2, being too modest. This is especially common with certain cultures. Your LinkedIn profile is not the place to be humble. This is where you showcase your achievements. If you increased sales, say so. If you won an award, mention it.
Absolutely. Number 3, using jargon or overly complex language. Write clearly and accessibly. Remember, sometimes recruiters aren't deeply technical. They're scanning for keywords and overall impressions. Don't make them work too hard to understand your value.
Great point. Number 4, having an incomplete profile. If your profile is only half filled out, it sends the message that you don't care or that you're not serious. Complete every relevant section.
Number 5, not updating regularly. If your latest experience ended 3 years ago and there's nothing current, it looks like you've abandoned your profile. Even if you're in the same role, add new projects, update your skills, and refresh your About section.
And finally, being passive. Don't just create a profile and wait for opportunities to come to you. Be proactive. Reach out to recruiters, apply for jobs, engage with content, and grow your network. LinkedIn is a tool, but you have to actually use it.
Wow, Johnny, we've covered so much today, from the profile picture all the way through to staying active and engaged on the platform.
We really have, and I hope everyone watching realizes that your LinkedIn profile is truly one of the most powerful career tools you have. In today's job market, a strong LinkedIn presence can literally change your career trajectory.
Absolutely. I've seen it happen countless times. Someone optimizes their profile using these strategies, and suddenly they're getting messages from recruiters, interview requests, and opportunities they never would have had otherwise.
And remember, this isn't about being fake or trying to be someone you're not. It's about presenting your authentic, professional self in the most compelling, clear, and strategic way possible.
Exactly. You have real skills, real experience, real value to offer. Your LinkedIn profile is simply the vehicle for communicating that value to the people who need to see it: recruiters, hiring managers, potential clients, collaborators.
So take the time to do this right. Set aside a few hours this weekend, go through your profile section by section, apply what we've talked about today, and transform your LinkedIn presence.
And here's one final piece of advice. Don't try to do everything at once. If this feels overwhelming, just pick one section, maybe your headline, and improve that this week. Next week, tackle your About section. Small, consistent improvements add up.
Perfect advice. And if you found this helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Native Speakers, and let us know in the comments what aspect of professional English you'd like us to cover next.
We love hearing from you. And remember, your dream job is out there, and your LinkedIn profile might just be the bridge that connects you to it.
Make it count. Thanks for watching, everyone.
See you in the next one.
Both, keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking like a native.